Her daughter was doing homework while catching rain in a plastic bowl. A tiny rented room. A leaking roof. A mother too broke to fix it. Too tired to cry out loud. She had no husband. No backup. Just one little girl. And a dream she didn't dare say out loud. Until one night, she typed 6 words into Google. Can a single mom buy a house? And that one question changed everything. But before that moment, this was her life. Quinn was 36. She worked full-time as an accountant at a small company. After her divorce, she raised her daughter alone in a 200-square-foot rental. One room for sleeping, eating, and dreaming. Every month, she saved what she could, a few $100s at best. There were no vacations, no dining out, just bills, lunchboxes, and bedtime stories in the dark. She never complained. Not once. But every night, after her daughter fell asleep, Quinn would stare at the ceiling, wondering, is this all life will ever be? Until one stormy night, something inside her broke. That night, a new kind of silence filled the room. Rain leaked through the ceiling like it always did. But this time, her daughter was doing homework with a bowl on her lap, catching water between math problems. Quinn stood still, watching, silent, helpless. Then she whispered to herself, my daughter deserves better. Not a mansion, not a fancy condo, just a place with solid walls, a desk by the window, and a roof that didn't leak. That's all she wanted. A home. Her own. And in that moment, soaked in rain and resolve, her dream became non-negotiable. And when she took the first step, the universe answered. That night, after tucking her daughter into bed, Quinn opened her old phone and typed into Google, can a single mom with low income buy a house? She scrolled past dozens of articles, until one headline made her stop cold. Don't wait until you're rich to buy a home. Buy a home, so you stop being poor forever. Her heart pounded. She clicked it, read it twice, and then, without overthinking, she did something bold. She messaged the author. Hi, I only have $90,000. I just want a tiny house, one I can call mine. And then she saw it. A few days later, they met outside a small, newly built house. Just 500 square feet. 1 floor. A tiny kitchen. A bathroom. A loft. Nothing fancy, but complete. As soon as Quinn stepped inside, she stopped. The air was still. Sunlight filtered through the window. She could already see her daughter's desk. Tears welled up in her eyes. My heart, it's beating so fast, she whispered. It feels like this house is calling me. The agent smiled gently. Then maybe it's already yours. And just like that, something inside her said, this is it. But wanting it wasn't enough. She had to fight for it. That night, Quinn didn't sleep. She called the bank, had her income verified through her job, reached out to a friend for advice, unlocked a small savings account her grandmother had left behind. Every phone call, every signature, felt like climbing a mountain barefoot. But she kept going. 1 week later, she stood in front of that same little house, hands trembling, and signed the deposit papers. She had done it. And as soon as she said yes, the world started asking why. People around her questioned it. Why would a single mom buy a house? Shouldn't she wait until she's more stable? But Quinn didn't flinch. She simply smiled and said, because I don't want my daughter to grow up catching rainwater in a bowl. That was it. No justification. No apology. Just one mother, choosing dignity over doubt. And then a life changed. Today, Quinn no longer rents. She wakes up each morning in a home she owns, modest, quiet, and filled with light. Her daughter has a small desk by the window, where sunlight pours in during breakfast. The kitchen may be tiny, but it's theirs. The loft is barely big enough for a bed, but it's cozy and warm. No more leaky ceilings. No more sleepless nights wondering if rent would go up again. Now there's routine. There's peace. there's pride. Quinn walks through her front door every day with a quiet smile, knowing she didn't wait for permission to change her life. She built it, brick by brick, with courage and love. And then came the photo. 3 months after moving in, Quinn sent the real estate agent a photo. Her daughter sat at the little desk by the window, smiling brightly. Beside her on the wall was a whiteboard with 5 simple words written in a child's handwriting. Home, just mom and me. No gold, no marble floors, just a moment. A message, a reminder that this wasn't just about real estate. It was about rebuilding a life. One tiny home, one brave heart. And now, maybe it's your turn. If you're waiting to feel ready, to have more money, more time, more certainty, you might be waiting forever. Quinn didn't wait. She acted, scared and unsure, but she acted, not because she had everything, but because her daughter deserved something better. So if you're standing at your own crossroads, wondering if you're enough, remember her. A single mom, one small house, and a decision that changed everything. Sometimes the smallest home becomes the biggest beginning. Not everyone buys a house to invest. Some buy it to reclaim dignity, to say, this is mine. And here, we begin again. Speech balloon. If this story touched your heart, if you believe in second chances and quiet bravery, backhand index pointing right, please hit subscribe to hear more real stories like this. Memo and tell us in the comments. Have you ever made a bold decision, even when you were scared? Love letter, share this with someone who needs a little hope today, because sometimes one small story can spark a big change.